I ain't gonna front with y'all, man. It seems like ain't nobody is safe from you dribble guys no more, man. No, y'all going after Chris Smoove? And y'all forced Chris Smoove to make a response video? Now, I ain't gonna front with y'all. Before y'all continue with this video, this might be one of my longest video I did so far because it's hard for me to chop this up, man. But we have to check this out. The dribble gods have gone too far, and Chris Smoove is not backing off. Let's get to the video.
You want 2K rumors and news, you in the right place. Want a community that's cool, you in the right space. You want tips, subscribe now and ring the bell. Then go to the park and give them hell. The Boot Squad is an organization with all winners. Soldiers up in formation, we all killers. And when you step on the court, yo, you're our dinner. When I play D in the fourth, yo, Kawhi.
So you don't know. Your boy Brutal, him on the scene, wicked and mean, with a next video for y'all, man. So y'all know what it is by now. Take some time out, bless up your boy, like up the video. Definitely help the channel out, because you know everybody gonna always put y'all up on game and keep y'all up to date on everything in the 2K community. And you know your boy gotta start the video off the right way by giving a huge shout out to the Brew Squad. Anyone y'all got their notification bell unlocked, come to the comment section and type first, second, third, know the gang of Brew Squad. I gotta put y'all up there just to show y'all some love, y'all. Much love, much respect. Now, I was out there minding my business like I never do. And this came across my timeline. Is Swante taking shots at Chris Smoove. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, this is not out of character. You know, Swante, I think he had fun doing stuff like this. But this was interesting, not to say the least. Now, he made this post in LMFAO, that boy Chris Smoove is a real NPC. He play like that and really think he right. Real sad times we coming in NBA 2K24. So they gotta stop crying and adapt. And of course, he posted this clip along with it. It seemed like this was edited by Swante. I ain't gonna front with you, but I want y'all to check this out.
Majority of people that are really complaining about the dribbling are the guys that dribble for the whole shot clock. And then after 20 seconds and a 5 million combo dribble, they do a spin move, they break the spin move halfway, they step back about 10 feet, shoot a 3, green it, and then they get all excited. Those are the people that seem to be complaining the most about the dribbling. And it's funny because even these dribblers, they know they're not playing basketball. If they ever make a video with a tutorial, they'll name the tutorial something like, how to spam the curry slide, how to spam momentum, how to spam the spin, how to spam this. Even they know they're spamming. All these years, they know that they're spamming. They're not actually playing basketball, but here they are complaining about the dribbling and that it's not good. And it's funny because if you go back to the and one street days with hot sauce, you remember that? You remember those dribblers? Even they didn't dribble the way that people are dribbling in NBA 2K. Even they didn't do a spin move. Remember those dribblers? Even they didn't dribble the way that people are dribbling in NBA 2K. Even they didn't do a spin move.
Now, I ain't gonna front. When I saw that, I was laughing. It was funny. It was funny. It was funny. But then I saw Power DF post the original clip, and it seemed like this clip was taken from a few years ago. And he said, Chris Smoove called out the spam dribblers of the 2K community and says they are not playing basketball. And then, of course, they did show this clip, y'all. Check this out.
Majority of people that are really complaining about the dribbling are the guys that dribble for the whole shot clock. And then after 20 seconds and a 5 million combo dribble, They do a spin move, they break the spin move halfway, they step back about 10 feet, shoot a three, green it, and then they get all excited. Those are the people that seem to be complaining the most about the dribbling. And it's funny because even these dribblers, they know they're not playing basketball. If they ever make a video with a tutorial, they'll name the tutorial something like how to spam the curry slide, how to spam momentum, how to spam the spin, how to spam this. Even they know they're spamming. All these years, they know that they're spamming. They're not actually playing basketball, but here they are complaining about the dribbling and that it's not good. And it's funny because if you go back to the &1 Street days with hot sauce, you remember that? You remember those dribblers? Even they didn't dribble the way that people are dribbling in NBA 2K. Even they didn't do a spin move and then go backwards and then shoot a three. That makes no sense. I don't know how this became the meta for dribbling, all these crazy combos that are basically a bunch of carries and unrealistic movements, things that are just supposed to glitch and lag the defense, zigzag. I don't know how this became the norm, but it is what it is, and I think it's hilarious.
No, that then kind of forced Chris Smoove to come out and make a statement, and he posts this tweet saying a commentary from 2 years ago shouldn't be getting you this hot. That's the opposite of adapting. And then Swante posts this, and we gonna check this out, bro. We gotta check this out live and listen to it. He posts these two voice recordings on Twitter, y'all. All right, so let's get straight into it. Y'all gonna see the Twitter page right here. Again, this is gonna be one of my longest videos because it's very hard for me to chop all this up. But anyways, let's get into what he was talking about, man. He talking that shit. Let me warn y'all, gonna get a lot of swearing in here, gonna get a lot of N-words in here. I'm warning y'all, brace yourself. Let's get to it, man.
Hey, listen, this Chris Smoove shit is fucking hilarious, bro. Look, at the end of the day, I'm going to still beat the shit out of every single one of you. None of you will put up any bread to face me, right? I could not play the game for 5 months, get on the game, and beat the shit out of 100% of you. Will any of you wager me any amount? Dead ass. Like, y'all niggas are horrible. How doesn't the Great Swan ever adapt? I have a 96+ win percent every year.
The Great Swan.
No matter what they do to the game.
So I said the Great Swan
adapts, and we face each other. We're in the field. We don't hide in my career and get on Twitter crying, oh my God, look at him dribble. You're not good. Come play somebody, boy. Play someone.
We call him boy.
Get in the field. Y'all keep talking on Twitter, but you're all cowards. You won't get on Discord. You scared to talk on Discord. You scared to debate a nigga on a video game. You're scared to play me for bread. If you're scared to play me for bread, or you're scared to wager me, stop talking on Twitter. Like, you're right. You are a coward on a video game. I play less than you and I'm way better than you. You not get it? I'm not one of these no-life niggas. I got real life and I will dog every one of you. No try. You're not good, my boy. Adapt. You adapt. You feel me? You adapt. You can't beat no one. You're scared to play park. You hide in the wreck. You're casual in the mind. You're a bot. If y'all was so passionate, right, about VC prices over someone having dribbling in the game and Chris Smoove, y'all double twisting this nigga and shit. If y'all was that passionate about how much it costs to play the game, we might have a change, you fucking bot. You stink.
Damn.
Nigga.
Damn.
You're not good.
Damn.
Please prove me wrong. Debate me if you're too scared to play me, or play me. Y'all keep talking on Twitter. You Twitter fingers. You feel me? Y'all grown men scared. Huh? I gave you two choices, but none of you will take it. You're all talk. You're not good. You keep trying to say all this. Your life, bro. I barely play. This is known. Most of y'all probably play more than me. I will dog you. You feel me? There's a difference. I don't have to know life. I got real thumbs. Y'all don't have thumbs. You feel me? Real thumbs. My thumbs get wiggly, my boy.
His thumbs get wiggly. He said his thumbs get wiggly.
Shut me up.
Oh my gosh.
Every year.
He said his thumbs get wiggly. He definitely right. He talk like this every year.
Nothing to me. I beat the best to ever play 2K.
Swante, man. You got Swante said his thumbs get wiggly.
Casual modes. Watch your mouth on the Twitter. I'm the big dog. Nigga, no place.
Oh, yo, he said his thumbs get wiggly. I'm done with y'all. Y'all killing me. I'm done with y'all, man. I'm done. Yo, Swante always talk like this in all fairness, right? Chris Smoove did a response. And the title of the video is it can't blame sim heads, man. So let's get to this video. We gonna check this out, and of course I'm gonna respond to y'all, man. But Swante always talk like that, to be honest with y'all. It ain't nothing new. But it's funny when he say it's all wiggly. All right, man. So let's continue on.
We're at that point in the cycle where people are pointing fingers at sim heads, in quotation marks. They're complaining about the gameplay, the state of the gameplay, the direction of the gameplay in the franchise, the last few years, and going into NBA 2K24.
Okay.
And somehow this bad gameplay, it's the sim heads' fault. That is a myth. There's not that many sim heads that play this game. What percentage of the player base in 2K do you think would be considered a sim head? What percentage out of 100? Because I can tell you right now, if I go and play on a random gamer tag, a gamer tag that is not famous, and I go to the park or I go to the rec center, I go play online, am I gonna see sim basketball being played, or am I gonna see a bunch of cheese?
Now, this is, I have a pause. I ain't gonna lie, this is gonna be one of my longest videos. I don't usually do videos like this, so y'all gonna have to give me a pass, man. And every time you say something, I will have to address certain things, of course. Now, in this community, got layers to it, right? You got the people that know. You got a few people that still knows but choose to play a certain way. And you got some people that just don't know and try to figure out what they're doing, right? In tight games, I cheese. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, because the game cheesing have a huge advantage in 2K. Cheesing, I'm gonna say it again. There's a huge advantage to cheesing in 2K. You're not gonna get around it. I'm sure he's gonna mention it in this video, but I don't want to overtalk this video. Let's continue on.
So when you're complaining about the state of the gameplay, you have to understand the reason that the game plays this way is because of how you complain about the game. Sim players are in the minority. There's not that many of them. They don't have any influence. When they complain about the game, they don't listen to them.
Now, this is fact. I remember Desar, and he's a 2K developer. He is the top of the sim mountain right now. I ain't gonna lie, he's in his glee right now approaching 2K24, because he's finally seen, after years and years of representing the sim nation and sim community, that a lot of people is gravitating towards it. Whereas he said in the past that the sim community cannot spend enough money for 2K to be successful. And this is when people was asking to why 2K don't go in a more sim direction. You were saying it doesn't make any sense, because most of the community leans more towards arcade. So a 2K dev actually confirmed this in the past as well. But I ain't gonna lie, Desar, this is your year, man. This is your year. It's looking good. It's looking good for Sim Nation right now. And a lot of dribble gods, I have to say, are upset. You gotta call it what it is. But let's continue on.
When a sim player complains about the game, it sounds something like this. When When I lock up this pick and roll and I finally get that good animation to slip over on the other side, he shouldn't be able to then turbo away from me, run into the corner, and hit a fading three, green a fading three without takeover. He shouldn't be able to bail himself out like that. Now, there's not a lot of people that complain to 2K about that. Instead, this is what people complain to 2K about.
Okay.
They say something like this: I can't make shots. I got a 93 ball. I'm wide open. I can't make a shot.
True.
I looked at my player card. I'm only shooting 55% from the three-point line. I need to be shooting at least 70% from three. I'm changing my release every week. They keep patching my shot.
True.
I gotta go make a new shot every week. So when 2K sees the 5 complaints from sim players
Did 5.
complaining about the guys bailing themselves out at the end of the shot clock when they got locked up, hitting a fading three, greening the fading three, after zigzagging the whole 24 seconds, they just ignore that because they're getting flooded with 1,000, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, a million Brazilian, a billionaire, a trillionaire. They see people complaining about they can't hit a shot with a 93. What do you think 2K is gonna do? They're gonna make it easier to shoot.
Facts.
And that's why people can fade consistently and make shots. They can build an offensive strategy around that tactic. It works. And because the fade works, now we have a problem on defense because you have to potentially be ready to guard this fade, but they could also just go right around you and go to the basket. So on defense, you can't guard both. So you kind of got to guess.
That's fact.
What do you want to do on this possession? Do you want to try to go for that fade? Do you think he's going to fade, or do you think he's going to go to the basket? Should I back off a little bit? You're guessing. Instead of reacting, you just guess.
And this is the thing, right, with Swante's video, which is funny, right? By the people that plays the game a lot, they know the cheesers have a huge advantage in the game of 2K. So why Swante could say, once y'all are sim heads, I will beat y'all. I got a 90-something win percentage. I will beat y'all. Because he knows his 2K facilitates his play style. That's why I would say, Swante, this. I don't think the sim heads care if a cheeser will beat them. They know that, but they choose. That's the difference between a sim head. I'm talking about the real sim head. That's the difference between a sim head versus a comp or dribble god. Dribble god's sole purpose is to win by any means necessary. By any means necessary, they are gonna win. Hyper competitive, all that. Sim Nation or the sim heads, their main focus is to play basketball and make it look realistic so they could enjoy a more realistic feel to a basketball game. Two separate different objectives, take different stuff out of the game. So that's why you tend to see more dribble guys or comp players saying, yo, come play me and I'll prove you trash. I don't think the sim heads care. I really don't think they care. That's why they go into the rec all day and play, or they play my career all day. They play the casual modes. And I don't see why that upsets y'all. If y'all are the dribble guys in the comp, stay over there. Y'all got a lot of people over there to compete against. But let the casual do what the casual does. I won't say that. Don't care that much about the win percentage, as a lot of people make it out to be. Like, the win percentage thing is a little I ain't on front. And y'all could come at Brute. Don't worry, it's all good. I'm here. I'm gonna always be 100, my G. That's the difference between those communities right there. But let's continue on.
In 2K
again, I won't try not to pause as much, but this game greatly benefits cheesers. And anyone that plays the game know that you have to cheese to win at a high rate against highly competitive players.
That you can go from a standstill to flying 100 miles an hour in any direction. There are so many moves. There's step back moves. There's literally a standstill move. Just hold turbo and go diagonal, and you're speeding. There's just so many ways to speed up your player on offense. On defense, there is no way to speed yourself up. So if you're guarding somebody and in the back of their mind, they're thinking that they got by you, they've already gotten by you. They didn't even make their move.
Yeah, that's a bad move. Look, dribble into him and he can't look. Bad move.
And it's funny because you can even guess the direction that somebody's going to go in, and you can even get a collision. You can trigger a collision, but then after the collision, it's possible for the offensive player to get a speed boost and go in the other direction to bounce off.
He bring the receipts.
And then speed boost for a layup or
he got receipts.
So when
He got receipts.
Complaining about the game, I never see people complaining saying, hey, on defense, we need to be able to go faster. We need to be able to move laterally. That guy didn't really do anything, but he got by me. Why can't I just take a simple step over here and collide with him?
You getting the receipts.
I never hear anybody complaining saying, hey, you need to calm down this speed boosting. There's too many ways that you can just go from 0 to 100 before I can blink an eye. I never hear people complaining about that, but
Sorry, I got to pause. Chris Smoove because they don't care about defense. Chris Smoove, the game launch every single year for the past few years with great defense. And they call for patches on the defense every year. They don't care about defense. They complain about steals are too overpowered, but never complain about fades being overpowered the entire year. They don't care about defense. They don't care about balance. Ain't none of them care about balance. They say it loosely, but they really don't care. Gotta call it what it is. Let's continue on.
I hear people saying, I can't speed boost. I can't momentum. I can't momentum. I can't link the momentum with this. The dribbling sucks. Get rid of these adrenaline bars. Now, here's the funny thing about the adrenaline bars. When they were first announced, all of the sim heads in quotations, in the back of their mind, they knew that this was not a solution because you still had 3 bars every possession, which means you get 3 chances every possession to activate one. And you only need to activate 1, and that's it. You're gone. So the first 2 times that you tried to activate, knowing that offensive players are faster and defensive players kind of got to guess, a defensive player could have locked you up twice, guessed which way you were activating twice. Remember, online, there's lag and latency that also helps this situation.
I don't even think about that sometimes.
1 bar left, you pulled it back 1 more time, and then you launched, and you were out of there. You slipped by. He could have even bumped you, and you slipped by. You blew by. Maybe your clamp breaker activated, and you blew by. Now, this is going to make a lot of people mad because all of this stuff is documented. People came out and complained about the adrenaline system. It's in videos everywhere. And there's only a handful of people that all year never complained about the adrenaline system. There's only a few dribblers, real elite dribblers, that were not affected at all by the adrenaline system. They never complained about it. All the other people complain about adrenaline system. Maybe they're going to private their videos. They don't want you to go back and be like, look, this guy was complaining about the adrenaline. He couldn't dribble.
Don't tell me Chris will send y'all to private y'all videos.
Few that never did, and they were still moving. They were moving unaffected by adrenaline. They didn't even use adrenaline.
Ooh.
Now, how is that possible, guys? You have been exposed.
Ooh.
You are not the elite dribbler you think you are. You were complaining about adrenaline, and they were moving without adrenaline. They were unaffected.
Ooh. Ooh. Chris Smoove ain't got to do that to them. Ooh. Chris Smoove, next one. Chris Smoove. You ain't got to do that to them, man. That's the same thing Brood said. I'm like, bro, the dribblers are still setting this. This is the thing with me, right? I was saying dribble guys, the real dribble guys should always welcome making it harder. That's an opportunity for them to set themselves apart. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying all year. But let's continue on, man. Let's continue on.
Explain yourself. You can't hide. The videos are there.
He said, explain yourself.
And
he said, explain yourself.
2K patched the left, right. Woo! The uproar was crazy.
Facts.
For about a week.
Facts.
It was non-stop complaining.
Facts.
2K reverted that patch back with the quickness.
Facts.
And once again, those elite dribblers, they were not affected during that whole time. It didn't bother them, but it bothered you. And you can't hide that fact.
Ooh.
But what is sim? What does it mean when somebody says sim basketball or sim head?
Break it down for us, Chris.
It does mean realistic, more realistic. We are playing a video game. It doesn't mean that you can't do video game things. But we are playing basketball, and basketball has certain strategies and tactics. And there's supposed to be ways to counter strategies that make sense from a basketball standpoint. It doesn't mean that you can't do flashy dunks or dribbles. To keep it as simple as possible, sim is really about variety in gameplay. There are so many animations available in the game. There are so many different ways to attack and different strategies and different things that you can do on the court in this game with all of these virtual players. But you never get to see those things. You get to see maybe about 5 different moves every game, when really you should be seeing about 35 different moves a game. And if you play for an hour or 2 hours, every game you should see something you didn't see in the last game.
Sorry, I gotta pause. And that's why I always have an issue with people saying the game is a copy and paste or everybody plays the same. I'm like, yo, 2K cannot patch the community. Everybody choose to play the same. Because what we do in the 2K community, and trust me, I'm with y'all as well, we find out the best, most twitchiest moves, and we rock those out. But there are so much options and so much combinations that you could try out that we don't even waste our time, man. We know this works. We know this is the best. We know this is the most efficient, so we gonna do this. Case closed, class dismissed. We gonna, the Michael Jordan size up, dribble style, not dribble style, or whatever. Dribble style is the best. So we gonna use it. That's it. Everyone used Michael Jordan all year because it was the twitchiest. And that's what we do. So it's not necessarily, oh, 2K don't have varieties. We don't use the variety. We don't use the different combinations. And that's on us. And I don't like to defend 2K. Y'all know that. Y'all know people don't defend 2K. But at the end of the day, we can't blame 2K for the choices the community choose to make when we got different options. But let's continue on.
But what ends up happening in 2K is that people do the same thing the entire game. So you could play a rec center game, which is 5v5. You get all excited. You're like, yo, we're about to play some team basketball.
Yes.
We can run some plays, some pick and rolls and pick and pops. We can run some off-ball screens, some double down screens. We can have some post action happen every once in a while. We could have some backdoor cuts, some passes. We could pass from not just the middle of the court, from the main ball handler. You're thinking about how you can run plays, and then you get online, and every game against the team, there is a zone defense.
Now, I will have to say this, though. What he's saying right here is all good, and I plan on running some Pro-Am this year and doing stuff like that. Me and Jay Easy actually spoke about that we're going to run some Pro-Am and we're going to try to play different than everybody else, which is, it's very very simple how people play when it comes to Pro-Am, and they say comp. They run a pick and roll with a very fast guard, and they run zigzag left, right, and fade, right? They try some misdirection run and fade, right? Or it used to be quick stop. But now, because quick stop is now in 2K23 and fade, or they ISO, spread the floor and try to take you, and if someone help, they dish and dunk. Simple. So those are the two play style mainly when it comes to looking at comp and how they say comp is. You don't have a lot of variety in comp. But what I plan on doing is running some plays and actually try to mix it up. Now, it's not going to be the best for winning. Trust me, I know how the game is. It's all about cheese. It's all about running that meta. But at least I could try to have fun that way. So me and Jay was actually talking about that recently, to be honest with you. But anyways, let's not make this about me. This is about Chris Smoove versus the comp or dribble god players. Let's continue. My bad.
So what does that mean? That means you can't do any of that stuff. You can't run any plays because you got guys standing in a specific spot the whole game. They have this designated spot, and every possession, their player goes to that exact pixel and stands right there. On offense, it's the same thing. It's a 5-out offense. You've got designated guys that just stand in the same spot. They just wait until somebody goes to help because it's a one-on-one.
True. Guys, the best way to play 2K, or the most efficient way to play 2K.
The offense has, so if somebody helps, then they'll make a pass. The guy standing on that pixel, the same pixel he was standing on for the whole game, he's going to shoot the 3. Hey, maybe that guy will cut every once in a while from the corner. Yeah, maybe this team will run a pick and roll instead of the one-on-one 5-out, but it's still a 5-out. It's a pick and roll every time. Yeah, maybe, you know, okay. Like I said, there's going to be about 5 moves that you see.
Yes.
You should be seeing at least 35 different moves every game.
Right. And let me, before, I'm sorry for all these pauses, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to address as you speak, right? Now, let me say this with Chris Smoove, though. Like, I play college ball, right? Where the coach came down and he called plays every single time. And I was one of the people that you call the play breaker. Because as soon as I get the ball, if I see an opportunity to score, I'm scoring it. And I think that's the thing with 2K. They made it so it's very simple. So you always take the simpler approach to scoring. It's not necessarily run a play for running a play's sake. If you see a simple way, like I could just spread the floor and score, I'm going to spread the floor and score. If they run in zone and I could, okay, spread the floor and pass to the hashes, just pull a guy and pass to the hash, I'm going to do it. So at the end of the day, you still got to play or go to the most easiest route to get in the basket, just like real life basketball. So I will have to say that as well. So it's not necessarily play a chess game when you don't have to. It's all about efficiency. That's why I run 5 out. I don't care what nobody says. I run 5 out, but I'm going to try to change that and switch it up just to make the game look a little bit more, you know, thing. But I am a 5-out player. I ain't going to lie to you. But it's all about efficiency at the end of the day. But anyway, let's continue on, man.
Does everybody remember the Curry slide?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that was a crazy year. Every dribble combo ended with a Curry slide. It was abused and used so much that the next year, 2K took the Curry slide out of the game.
Yeah.
It was no longer in the store. You couldn't even buy the animation for your player. Now, the funny thing is, the cheesers, this is hilarious. They found out a way to still get the Curry slide. They made a new build, and somehow they glitched the build, and then the build had access to the Curry slide. And we were in a game, we were playing in the rec.
That was 2K21 or 2?
I was like, wait, what? How did he do a Curry slide?
I think it was 2K22.
So because you guys don't complain about the right things, 2K doesn't know how to fix this. The only way to fix this problem, this variety problem, this cheesing problem, is to improve the defense. Nobody cares that you want to dribble out the clock for 25 seconds, trying to be fancy, trying to be an elite dribbler. Like I said, there's only a few guys all year that didn't complain about the adrenaline, and those were the only true elite dribblers. There's not that many of them. We don't care.
Said that not right. He said the elite dribblers, only a few y'all. The rest of y'all just bots complaining about cheesing. Now, this is going to be my last pause. I'm going to just let it run out after this, right? I will have to say this. All throughout the years, 2K had made so much additions to offense, but barely any on defense. Barely any. We still got the same exact animations on defense that we had from way back when. He had a year that 2K came and promised, and they did not fulfill their promise. Don't think I'm going to forget about that. They were promising that we're going to have some defensive animations. Like good, like unique defensive animations, but they did not fulfill their promise. And right now, we still have the most basic defensive animations in the game, whereas every year we get a lot of extra stuff for offense. So that's the problem right there, to be honest. That's really the problem. But anyways, let's continue on, man.
We care that you're dribbling like crazy. We care that when you make a mistake,
yes.
Oh yes, and a lot of you are making hella mistakes. When
Facts.
you put that ball right in front of us, we can't steal the ball.
Yes.
So in the Curry slide year, it was used and abused so much, you knew when somebody was going to do it. So what does a smart person do? What does a basketball mind do? They say, you know what I'm going to do? When he does the Curry slide, I'm going to be on the other side of the Curry slide. I'm going to be on this hand. So when he does it, and then he puts the ball right there, I'm going to steal it. That's the
He bringing receipts.
Stop that move and many other moves. When people are spinning, they're doing it in and out, whatever it is. If they place that ball right in front of you and you're standing there, you should be able to steal it. You anticipated the move, you got there before they did the move, and then they were dumb enough to do the move and land right there. When you reach in, you should be able to get the steal. But what happens? You can't steal the Curry slide. You can't steal all these moves. 2K doesn't need to eliminate the Curry slide. You just need to be able to steal the Curry slide.
Yeah.
The current steal system in the game is very weird. It doesn't make sense from a basketball standpoint. A lot of moves, you have to steal it right before they activate the move. You can't steal it at the end of the move or mid-move. That's a problem. Even when these dribblers make mistakes, you can't steal the ball. I don't hear anybody talking about this. I've never heard anybody complain that you can't steal the ball when people make a mistake. But then
people talk about it.
All these crossbody steals where you're trying to protect the ball. You have the ball in the opposite hand on the opposite body side.
Yeah.
But they can still steal it from across your body with an animation.
Yeah.
But when somebody dribbles right in front of you, maybe even bumps into you, you get a collision, baby. Now you can't steal it. You might even get a reach-in foul.
He keeps showing this animation.
Have the counter to the variety. The defense has to improve.
Facts.
Same thing with the zone defense in the rec center. Zone defenses have weaknesses, but in 2K, there is no weakness. You're all up in the passing lane. Either the court is too small, the players are too big, something's not right with the passing, the angles. That's not what happens in basketball. So that's why people sit in the zone, because there's no weakness. When you play zone, another weakness is supposed to be rebounding. There's no rebounding weakness. People are leaking out, cherry picking. They get the rebound, they throw it down the court. The people up top in the zone, they immediately release. Nobody is complaining about this stuff. So they're not gonna fix the court size or whatever it is. Passing lanes, they're not gonna fix the stealing.
I don't agree with everything he's saying here, but he is speaking some truth in there.
And that's
but I don't want to pause the video anymore.
And try to blame sim players, sim heads, for why they don't like the gameplay. But the gameplay is the way it is because you complain to make it that way. If you don't like how the gameplay is going, you don't like the direction, then you need to change the direction of your complaints. It needs to be the majority. They're going to listen to the majority of the complaints and they're going to do what they say. And there's no way that sim heads are in the majority. It's funny because
it's not sim heads' fault.
They usually do try to throw a bone to the sim heads. So they try to put in something to please them, but you know it's only going to last for about a week. They're going to get rid of it soon. So that first week of gameplay is always very interesting. And I remember one year, the game came out and the defense was so vicious that people were making memes.
2K19.
Making in real life memes of people playing basketball, getting punched, tackled,
2K19.
boxing, MMA, wrestling moves. Because that's how
when you could shove people and stuff.
The defense was 2K threw a bone But then you know after a few weeks they're going to patch it right back because the complainers are going to be complaining and they're going to listen to the majority.
Ooh.
So if you don't like the gameplay, don't look at the sim heads. Don't get mad at them. They didn't do anything.
Ooh.
Be careful what you wish for.
Ooh.
You know that saying. You're getting what you wished for.
Ooh.
The majority is making the game get tweaked in these ways, and it's not those evil sim heads that are ruining the game for you. And the funniest thing about all of this is that through the years, I've never seen players get tired in 2K when you're playing online. Do you ever see somebody with a Gatorade symbol? People are running all over the court, fading threes, zigzagging, dunking, all game, and they never get tired. And 2K has all of these badges in the game that even if you do get tired, they help you score when you get tired. It's crazy. Like, stamina really doesn't matter that much. So these sim players that you keep complaining about, if they actually had influence on the game, you would see Gatorade symbols out there. You would see people getting tired. I played so many games online in the rec and the park this year.
Don't let Chris Smoove have a hand in making y'all game, bro.
Maybe if I did, it might have been like one or two.
Chris Smoove wanted to be sim.
All the games, and people are holding down turbo the whole game, and I haven't seen the Gatorade symbols. My songs, he quit the game.
So that's where he ended it right there, man. That's where. Shout out to Chris Smoove. Shout out to Swante, man. I ain't gonna lie. This is a great back and forth. I love it. I love it. But Chris Smoove is talking. I don't agree with everything he's saying. Trust me, I don't. Because I believe if you run a zone, you need high IQ people to make a zone work. It's the easiest defense, but I played in the zone with some people who don't understand zone, and it's ridiculous. We had to go back to man. And you can't break down a zone once you know how to spread. That's why spreading the floor comes in really handy. Right? Is in zone defense a lot. But a lot of comp players don't play zone really. They play a kind of man, a staggered man type of thing. Right? They call it dime. They got a lot of different names for it. But anyways, but let me know what y'all think. The video is already long enough. By far one of my longest videos I've ever done on this channel, man. But there is no way. I really was gonna chop it all the way up, but I didn't want to like put anything out of context, right? So hopefully y'all enjoy the video, and I'm gonna tell y'all don't expect a lot of these type of videos on this channel. But this is something that he break down so much stuff in this video. It was hard for me to just chop something out. And I think he was right on the defensive end as well. The defensive end needs to be... 2K gotta look at defense sooner or later, bro. I'm sure they only got like 50 animations for defense, whereas offense got thousands. How can that really work? They promised us that we're gonna have like a quiet animations on defense and stuff, like different defensive play style and stuff like that. But no, they don't focus on defense at all. But now, hopefully with this new pro play technology, that they could actually go and pull some of that as well. Different bump animations, all different type of defensive stuff that will help us out on that end. But anyways, man, video is already long enough. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all know what it is. Your boy's in. First time to the channel, like, share, subscribe. How blessed one. Be safe out there, y'all. Peace. And shout out to Chris Smoove, man. To get, you know what I mean, getting dirty. Get your hands dirty once in a while. I love it. I love to see it, man. Peace.